Bandung is one of the big cities in Indonesia. Bandung is also known as Kota Kembang. There is a beautiful city with many interesting buildings and places in it. Besides that, Bandung is also a city with a myriad of historical stories. Many important events and history took place in Bandung, which has made Bandung to be one of the bases for Indonesian independence. The proudest thing is after Indonesian independence, Bandung was appointed to host the Asia-Afrika Conference. The Asia-African Conference was held on 18 until 24 April 1955 at Gedung Merdeka, Bandung. The event was an initiative of 5 figures from representatives of countries who attend the Colombo Conference in Sri Lanka. Asia-African Conference is an implementation of the ideas of the Colombo Conference, which sees the need for a conference of countries in the Asia and African continent. The 5 figures who initiated Asia-Afrika Conference are Ali Sastromiharjo from Indonesia, UNU from Myanmar, Muhammad Ali Jinnah from Pakistan, Sri Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru from India, and Sir John Kotelawala from Sri Lanka. The Asia-Afrika Conference was attended by representatives from 29 countries. 24 of them are invited guests, and 5 other countries are invitees. The Asia-Afrika Conference was held as an arena for cooperation in the economic and political field between ASEAN and African countries, and an understanding to fight against colonialism. Monumental result of ASEAN-African Conference was the Declaration Promotion of World Peace and Cooperation that was also known as 10 Principles of Bandung or Dasasila Bandung. "20 years after the Asia-African Conference, the Indonesian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Professor Dr. Muchtar Kusumaatmadja, has the idea to build a museum for the Asia-African Conference. This idea was embodied by Tourism Minister Joop Eif, and the Museum of the ASEAN-African Conference was inaugurated on 24 April 1918. Since then, Gedung Merdeka on Asia-Afrika Street number 65 was inaugurated as a museum to commemorate the history of the Asia-African Conference. The Museum of the Asia-Afrika Conference is an in-situ museum with various collections and diorama that displayed on site. The collection on display at the Asia-Afrika Conference museums are divided into 2 types. First is 3-dimensional space collection like rotting chair used in conference, camera, typewriter, and telephone machines. Second is 2-dimensional space collection, like a photo gallery about the history of Gedung Merdeka. Asia-Afrika Conference Museum proved that Indonesia exists on the world stage as an agent in bringing and growing peace with other countries.